This is how you get a mortgage in 2023. In 2022, there's a lot of chaos in the market. What with the war in Ukraine, with Kwasi Kwarteng's budget, we've seen rates skyrocket, which left many potential first-time buyers holding off on buying their first home. So I'm going to explain to you how you can get on the property ladder in 2023, or at least get a step closer to buying your dream home. Before we get started, I'd really appreciate if you could leave us a little like, subscribe and turn on notifications to make sure you're the first to know when we upload some more fresh stuff. So the first thing to do is to start saving. If you haven't already started saving, you're going to need to work out what your deposit is going to be. Lenders want to see at least a 5% deposit from you, with some lenders want to see a 10% deposit. Give you an example of how much that might be. Say for example you're buying a property at £300,000, which is just over the average house price in the UK. You'd need a deposit of at least £15,000, plus you need some purchase costs as well. So that might be an additional £2,000 or £3,000. So really, to buy a property today, £300,000, you need around about £18,000. I'd also recommend you set up a lifetime ISA. Savings account will give you an additional 25% bonus from the government each year on what you already have. So if, say for example, you can save up £4,000 within that, they'll give you an extra £1,000 worth of bonus, which is absolutely fantastic. Who doesn't like free money? The next step I'd recommend you do is to speak to a broker. So when you've got a deposit on, you're on your way towards getting a deposit, you've got a plan for that, speak to a broker. You can find out what all of your options are, go through all of your questions, answer them so you feel comfortable actually moving forwards. They can give you an idea based on the amount of debt you have, the amount of income that you have, the way your income's structured to get the best possible deal for you, and give you all of your options, including which are the best schemes to buy at the moment. So for example, are there any first start homes in your area? If there are any new bits of property coming out or new different types of buying, really they're your best source of free information. So speaking to a broker is going to give you loads and loads of positives. They can look at things like, for example, your credit score, being on the voters roll, clearing any debts. And most brokers will work with lenders for as long as they need to get in position to be ready to buy. So for us personally, we've worked with clients before that aren't looking, maybe in a position to buy for the next 6 months, a year, 2 years, even 5 years. So please, speak to a broker nice and early. They can set up a plan and set you on your way. So once you've spoken to a broker, we've got an idea where your deposit is or where it's coming from, whether it's gifted or whether you're going to save that up. The next step is going to be potentially getting the best position possible to get you out viewing properties. And to do that, we're going to get you a decision in principle. So what we'll do, we'll look at lots of different lenders for you and look at potentially which lender's going to maybe lend you the most amount of money, maybe which lender's got the best terms, and provisionally get you all agreed in principle. So basically we go to a lender and say, in theory, I know we have to show you the property that you're going to buy. I know that you're going to want to know more information about my personal circumstances, but based on X, Y, and Z, which is how much I earn, how much debt I've got, will you lend me this amount of money for my mortgage? And generally you can look at things like, for example, credit score, the actual figures that we've put in, they just assume those are correct. So they haven't checked any of those yet. They're going to just check on things like, for example, overtime and all those sorts of bits and pieces based on the figures that are provided to them. Decision in principle just basically means that you get a pretty bit of paper that if a estate agent asks you how can I afford this property, you can show them your deposit and you can show them the decision in principle. And that's how you can prove to someone that you can afford to be able to go forward and purchase that property. So that should really help you in putting an offer forward to help the estate agent understand you're in a good position moving forwards. So from that point onwards, you're going to start then property hunting. This is the most exciting bit and probably the most fun bit, but the most scary bit, the most terrifying bit, but also the most fun bit again. So we want to make sure that you get out property shopping, have a look at each property objectively, have a look to see if you think it's great value, not so great value, look at comparables, look for example, different options that there might be. But the thing I would say to you is always when you ring up for a booking or to look at a property, just ask the estate agent, is there anything else that you think is coming on soon that might be applicable, you think I might like based on what I've told you that I might go and see? Because more often than not, from most people we see in here, they'll come sit down after we've got them, get a decision in principle. They would have started looking for a property, and when we sit down, they go, do you know what? Yeah, we weren't expecting to like it. We walked in and absolutely loved it. So please take as much free information, as much brilliant information as you can get from the estate agents. They'll know when any new properties that are coming onto the property in maybe a week or two. They won't know of any properties that for whatever reason someone hasn't been able to complete on, so they're going to come back to the market any point soon. So please, ask the estate agents for their opinion. They're a whole wealth of untapped knowledge which is completely free to you. So definitely ask them. Anything else you've got you think might be suitable? Is there anything else you've got that might be coming on in the future you think might suit me? And if there is, can I please get him first to see that property? And lastly, also don't forget to ask as well, is there anything else that potentially isn't in my budget in terms of sales price, but the vendor might be in a bit of a situation where they're in emergency sales, so therefore I might be able to get this underneath its sales price and get it within my budget. So don't forget to ask them all of those questions. Hopefully we can find yourself a property which is absolutely fantastic for you. The next step is going to be to make an offer. This can be a bit of a tricky one. Do you go an asking price? Do you go an under asking price? Do you want just 20 grand off for the sake of having 20 grand off? Again, do your own research before you put the offer in and work out what you're going to be happy paying. If it is asking price, then fantastic. There's a good strong possibility that in this market that could get accepted. If you've got a couple of people looking at it, again, you might have a bit of a fight for the property. But likewise as well, if you are going to go under property pricing, just be aware you might have to come back up again. But guys, look, we say it time and time again, do ask estate agents, where the price needs to be in order for you to have a deal, because you might be pleasantly surprised. And to be fair, the estate agent, they want to make sure they've got a good price for the property they're selling, but they also just want to get deals done. So, don't forget, before you put your offer in, just say, have a chat with the estate agent, say, look, I know you represent the person selling it. We're thinking about putting offering at this, what are your thoughts? Some will slip up a little bit, not supposed to say about other offers, but they might say that, the seller rejected an offer to that previously, or, they've had a similar offer, but it wasn't taken up. So, do ask a bit of the question, but your offer is your offer. Pretty much all offers have to go forward by law. So this stage, you can't just turn around and go, no, they won't accept that. There's definitely 100% they won't take that. They have to put all offers forward, even if it means they are under where they were previously. So, get as much information as you can. Have a look and see what other comparables for other properties have sold for, and good luck with the offer. If you need any help, speak to your broker, speak to us, and see if there's nothing that we can't kind of help you with in terms of putting in an offer. In some circumstances, we've even put offers in for nervous clients that felt they weren't in a position to be able to do that previously as well. After you've made an offer, you're going to be looking to find a solicitor, and your broker station can help you find a decent one of those, or you can do your own research based on what other people have said. We get into a time of year now where solicitors might be a little bit quieter, so therefore they should all give you a pretty good service and kind of turnaround. We want to get your mortgage application in, and we want them to look at the valuation of the property and get you all underwritten. So it means we can get you to mortgage offer as quick as we possibly can. The two processes you're going to go down are going to be the conveyancing process, which is the legal process where everything's checked out, and your mortgage process, which hopefully in that means you're going to get a mortgage offer. So the mortgage offer combined with your solicitor saying that now you're in a position ready to proceed means that hopefully in kind of somewhere between 2 and 4 months, you're going to be ready to move into that property, start living the rest of your best life.